So I'm sitting here with my kid's guitar. It's got a broken neck on it. The headstock is broken. You can see it. So you can see the break right there. It came out of the case like this one day, a little while back. It was in a soft shell case. So when these things fall over, you can see the problem right here. The angle of the headstock against the neck causes the wood to fracture and split right there. So it goes, the break goes right along the grain of the wood when these things tip over and the head, the end of the guitar hits something hard. This can happen in a case, in a soft shell case, or if the guitar is out. So what we're going to do today is attempt a repair on this. I've got the tuners out. They're already sitting over here. The string guide is out as well. I'm going to use some wood glue, some Tight Bond Ultimate wood glue, to fix that crack. And then once we've got that done, we'll put the tuning pegs back in and we'll string this up. So you're wondering, I was wondering, how much tension and pressure is on the neck of a guitar. Well, with the strings that I'm going to put back on, I'm going to put back on these Elixir lightweight strings, phosphor bronze nano web 12 to 53s. That's what the highlighted area is. Here's the tension for each string, for a total of 162 pounds at the neck here from the strings. So that wood glue will hold up to 4,000 pounds. So my guess here is, if I do this right, that if this neck breaks again, it won't break on the joint. It'll fracture along another grain line if this falls back over. So what I'm going to do, when I first got this guitar, that split was quite wide, and when I took the tension off it, when I took the strings off, the crack tightened back up. So I have to open that crack up a little bit in order to get the glue in. So I'm going to put a couple of the tuning pegs back up here at the top. I'm only going to put 2 in. I'm going to throw a pair of old strings on to cause that crack to open up again. And once we got that crack opened up, then we'll put some glue in, and we'll take the pressure off the strings and clamp it up with some clamps I've got over there. So let's get started and see where this takes us. So I put a couple of tuning pegs back in and threw a pair of strings on. Put some tension on the neck. Now there's clearly not as much as if it was fully strung, but you can see where the crack is, and it goes all the way around and up the other side. So I got it open up a little bit here. I'm going to try and get some wood glue in it, and we'll see where that takes us. So there we go. Glue's in. The clamps are on. We'll just leave it for a little while and hopefully it'll set up. Okay, so the glue said it would set up to the clamp in 30 minutes. It's been 6 hours. I've taken the clamps off. You can still see the little bit of a hairline here where the crack was, but it is glued. So we'll see. It's supposed to leave it 24 hours before you put any pressure on it, so I'll let it go at least that long before I put the tuning pegs back in and string it, and then we'll see what happens. So I've got the tuning pegs back in, got the string guide glued back on, I got the nameplate back on the headstock. In addition, I had to look at the frets, and the frets had a couple of little nicks in them. That's common in the first few frets where most people play. It's not uncommon at all to get a little bit of wear and tear on the frets in there. So I took some triple-aught steel wool and worked on the frets here. And then I also used some fretboard conditioner up and down the neck here to condition the wood. It makes it a little easier to play. I also use that on the bridge back here. So the guitar is ready to be strung. So that will be my next job here. Put some strings on it. We'll see what happens to that crack, and then we'll play it a little bit and see what happens. So here it is. It's strung. It is repair is holding, as you can see. I strung it yesterday and slowly brought the guitar up to concert pitch on the strings, stretching them a little bit along the way. Brought the tension up evenly across the strings, starting with each string a couple of tones below concert pitch, and then just working its way up. So I'm happy with the repair, the way it's gone. And Amy, your guitar's ready.